Hey there and welcome. It's Christina Johnson here, transformational nutrition coach and founder of the Emerge weight loss method. And I have had a full day today of coaching sessions with clients, and in most of them we were talking about how these women are going to handle the holidays, how they are still going to allow themselves to enjoy holiday food and holiday gatherings with family and friends, and not go completely overboard so that they have this bigger mountain to climb in a week or two. And it just has made me think back to my own experience in my dieting days. So, 12, 13 years ago, when I was kind of stuck in that diet roller coaster, I remember getting to the holidays and just almost like feeling stressed because I still wanted to lose weight. I wanted to eat healthy. I wanted to lose weight. I didn't want to gain a bunch of weight during the holidays. But also, if I was completely honest, I did not want to deprive myself of enjoying holiday food, and I didn't want to feel like I was missing out on, social events and parties and all of those things just because I was trying to eat healthy. And so it was like I always had this, internal battle going on in my mind where I was trying to convince myself to eat well, but really I just wanted to give in and eat the good food. And really the problem was that there was food everywhere. There was all the holiday dinners and Christmas parties and goodie tables at work and holiday baking that I did. And so it just got to the point where it just felt too difficult to be perfect. And so, the first time that I would give in and let myself splurge on a treat or at a meal, then I was stuck in that all or nothing mindset, and I felt like, well, I've blown my diet, so I might as well just eat whatever I want. And after that one time of splurging, then it felt like the whole rest of the holiday season was a free-for-all. And so I would get to January and just feel just heavy and sluggish and tired and bloated, and my cravings were just out of control again. And so it would take a few weeks, probably at least a few weeks, to really get back on track with eating healthy or with whatever diet I was wanting to follow at the time. And so, like I alluded to, the main problem was that I was stuck in this all or nothing mindset. I felt like I had to either eat perfectly, but if I messed up once, then it was like anything was free reign. And I had no concept of how to have a healthy lifestyle that included some treats during the holidays. And so when I finally figured out how to create a sustainable, healthy lifestyle that uses the practice of joy foods, where I do include, exceptions and treats at holidays and different times during the year. By being able to do that, I now feel like I can enjoy the holidays without the stress of worrying about what I'm going to eat, without the guilt of worrying about just what I chose to eat. And so that's what I want to share with you today. So I'm going to give you 3 simple tips that are really pretty effective that will help you enjoy holiday food without feeling like you're going overboard. And so, these are the tips that, a lot of my clients are using, and really does help you become a more mindful eater and sustain a healthy weight loss lifestyle. So if you can relate it all to that all or nothing mindset, or to just feeling like you just kind of give up, once you eat a few things that you quote unquote shouldn't, then these tips are going to be really helpful for you. I do want to warn you though that these tips, they're not like anything fancy, or they're not like, anything crazy. They're pretty simple tips. But the key is, as I go through these, I want you to ask yourself, do you actually follow these? Because what I hear most often from women is they know what to do. They know you should be eating more protein and you should be eating more vegetables and eating less sugar. But the problem is, are you actually doing that? And that's my job as a health coach, to help you implement all those things that you should be doing in a way that feels manageable. And so that's the goal today, is as I go through these 3 tips, I want you to really think about what specifically can you incorporate over the next couple of weeks. So let's get started. Tip number 1. Okay, this one is to make sure that whenever you choose to make an exception to your normal healthy eating plan, so if you're splurging at a holiday dinner, if you are, having some kind of goodie or treat, make sure that what you're eating is worth it. Because how often Are you like going through, especially the holiday season in particular, and there's all these goodies all the time and there's food all around, and so you just eat them because they're there? Or you're walking by the candy dish and you just grab a handful. You know, we eat food all the time because it's there, because it's offered to us, and sometimes it's worth it and other times it's just so. So if you are going to give yourself permission to enjoy some kind of holiday treat or splurge or whatever you want to call it, then make sure what you choose is worth it. So for example, I've had clients tell me that, you know, maybe there's this platter of cookies and they try one, but it's, you know, like one of the store-bought cookies. It's not that exciting. It's good, but not great. And so then they'll just set it aside and not finish it. But then maybe there are these homemade cookies that look delicious, they taste delicious, and it is worth every single bite. And so then, yeah, you give yourself permission to enjoy that. So that's my first tip for you. If you're going to give yourself permission to have an exception, make sure that whatever you choose is worth it, that you really, really enjoy it. And if you don't, then just set it aside. We don't need to finish it. Okay, my second tip for you is to make sure that when you are enjoying any holiday food, that you eat that food sitting down at a table on a plate. Because like I alluded to in the last tip, I mean, how often do we eat on the go? You know, you're walking by the candy dish and just grab a handful. You're eating in the car. Maybe you just eat on the couch in front of the TV, mindlessly eating popcorn or chips. We do so much mindless eating that it's really easy just to eat more than we need to. So to counteract that, to really enjoy holiday food without like overdoing it, a great way to do that is to commit to only eating when you are sitting down at a table and can really enjoy that food. Okay, then tip number 3 is to use the practice of mindful eating. So this is actually a practice that, I mean, there's 7 steps that I teach in the Emerge weight loss method, but to get you started, really the idea behind this is that you are slowing down and being more conscious as an eater. You're slowing down and being present. So as you're sitting down, you've chosen something to eat that you know is going to be worth it. You're sitting down, and then you just enjoy it slowly and pay attention to it and actually chew every bite thoroughly and use all your senses. Notice how that food smells, what textures you can taste with it, what the different flavors are in it. Really just enjoy every single bite, savor it. And what almost all of my clients tell me is that when they eat in this way, they really get more satisfaction out of their food. You enjoy it more, so you might find that maybe you don't even need to finish that whole piece of pie. Or maybe you're good with just 1 cookie instead of 2 or 3 because you've taken the time to be present and to enjoy it. Okay, so like I said, I know these tips are pretty simple. You might have heard some or all of them before, but I am going to highly encourage you right now to take action because that's what we need to do. If we want to create this healthy lifestyle, we need to implement some of these things that we're learning. So my challenge to you is to choose one of the tips, at least, that you are going to commit to following over the next couple of weeks, and then let me know in the comments which one you're going to do. So as a recap, tip number 1 was to make sure that anytime you give yourself a permission to enjoy something, that it's something that's worth it, that you really do enjoy. So that's tip 1. Tip 2 was to always eat your food sitting down at a table and on a plate. Like we don't need to just grab handfuls of food. So that was tip number 2. And tip number 3 is to practice mindful eating by eating your food more slowly, really chewing and savoring every bite. So let me know in the comments which of those 3 that you are willing to commit to for the next couple of weeks. And that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.